interesting subject of today. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you. So I'm happy and proud to present how SNCF prepare level crossing for the arrival of autonomous vehicle. So in 2017, SNCF Innovation and Research Department launched a new project to secure level crossing with new technologies. Our belief is that new type of connected or autonomous road vehicle can reduce accident. So SNCF developed a smart level crossing. We do not change the principle of the level crossing, but we add a device to know the status of the level crossing, closed, open, out of order, or in works. And we add another device with antenna to send a message in the good protocol for vehicle. So partnership between SNCF and the automotive supplier Valeo is not new. A first partnership was established in 2018 to test and validate the prototype of SNCF with a communication between the smart level crossing and the connected vehicle. So the goal is to alert the driver of the status of the level crossing with a V2X communication. Some vehicles are already deployed with V2X technology on the road, such as the Golf 8 of Volkswagen and the new vehicle with increasingly advanced driving assist are also entering in the market. It is now a reality. The accident of the level crossing of Hafney in July 2019 with great emotion and encourage the Valeo and SNCF teams to continue to work with new type of vehicle with the autonomous vehicle. We launched the Hermes project in 2020. So the Hermes project aims to prepare and secure the level crossing for the arrival of autonomous vehicle. We think that autonomous vehicle can reduce accident at level crossing because autonomous driving can avoid the distraction of the driver as far as is reasonable. The autonomous vehicle alerts the driver to ask him to take the wheel again when there is a problem. So this collaboration between SNCF and Valeo make it possible to mix automotive and railway approach in terms of safety and in cybersecurity. So what is autonomous vehicle? There were 6 different levels of driving automation from level 0 to level 5. The arrival of this autonomous vehicle will be gradually on our roads. For example, the level 0 corresponds to the majority of vehicles today. That means the driver controls the pedals and the steering wheel. The level 1 corresponds, for example, to adaptive cruise control, where the driver will control the steering wheel, but the vehicle controls the speed automatically. The level 2 corresponds, for example, to the Tesla autopilot, where the vehicle controls both the steering wheel and the pedals, but the driver must constantly monitor what the vehicle is doing and to take back control if necessary in event of any problem. So currently there are phases of pre-deployment and vehicle experience with higher level of automation with 3 and 4 mode. The level 3 is the first case where the driver does something else other than driving. For example, it can reading a newspaper while the vehicle controls all driving. On the other hand, the driver must be ready to take back control if the vehicle asks him. This level 3 begins to be deployed, for example, on the future Honda Legend or in the future Mercedes Class S, will be released in this year. Note that the level 3 is subject to international regulation for the limited perimeter of highway. The level 4 corresponds to autonomous shuttle, robotaxi, or delivery robots. This vehicle is in full control driving. For example, the driver could sleep during the driving. This level 4 runs within a well-defined perimeter. So for the Hermes project, we use a level 3 and 4 autonomous vehicle. The demonstration took place on an automatic level crossing equipped with lights, bell, and 2.5 barriers in Brittany, in west of France. We did 2 demonstrations. First one in March with a vehicle set in level 3 mode. That means it's not able to cross a level crossing automatically. So the vehicle was equipped of V2X connectivity, also with different sensors, LiDAR, camera, radar, ultrasonic, GNSS, and the vehicle had also a digital map, high definition digital map in the vehicle. I forgot to precise that vehicle, the level crossing was also equipped of V2X connectivity. In June, the vehicle used was set in level 4 mode of automation. That means that the vehicle is capable of restarting automatically without a driver intervention. So the vehicle in June was also equipped of V2X connectivity with sensor, LiDAR, camera, radar, ultrasonic, GNSS, and artificial intelligence. So for the first demonstration in March with the vehicle set in level 3 mode, the goal of this test was for the autonomous vehicle, the autonomous vehicle detects the level crossing on this road. A few hundred meters before the level crossing on this part, the autonomous vehicle asks to the driver to take back control. And if the driver doesn't react, the vehicle stops before the level crossing. So in video, it's a video of March. So the vehicle is in autonomous mode, as you can see on the picture. The vehicle detects a level crossing on this road. And the vehicle communicates with the level crossing with V2X communication. So 10 seconds before,
take back control.
The vehicle asks to take back control to the driver.
Drive.
He asks to drive.
Safety procedure started.
And as the driver doesn't take back control of the driving, the vehicle launches the safety procedure and stops the vehicle before the level crossing. So in June, we realized a second demonstration with the vehicle was set in level 4 mode. So the goal of this test was to cross automatically the level crossing. Of course, if the level crossing is closed, the vehicle stops and waits. When barriers are up, the vehicle will start and cause the level crossing. And if the vehicle detects the queuing and the area of level crossing exit is not clear, so the vehicle stops and waits before the level crossing and do not engage the area. So as you can see on this video, we launch autonomous driving. So the vehicle is going to detect the level crossing of this road. So as you can see on the video, there is the panels of the level crossing. A train is coming. And the vehicle stops automatically without the intervention of the driver. So the barriers are up and the vehicle is going to cross automatically the level crossing. So the next step of the project are to contribute to the integration of level crossing use case in various existing working group, such as the ecosystem of in the intelligent transport system ecosystem, but also in the homologation of autonomous vehicle at national, European, and even international level. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Very interesting scenes that we see. We're seeing innovation in this space in terms of reducing or the attempt to reduce level crossing incident. There are quite a number of inputs that I have received. One from the previous speaker to say very informative. And then I think you then look at the issue of human factor in relation to the technology advancement. It's very interesting. Colleagues, you are welcome to ask questions. For me, I just wanted to ask just one question regarding the presentation, regarding this HEMS project. How far in terms of reach has it been rolled out? Is it still at a phase of development, or we are still at a phase of implementation? If possible, if there are costs associated to that, if you can reflect on that.
So can you repeat the question, because there is a little problem with the sound. I don't hear the.
I hope you are hearing us, Virgie. What I was asking was the state of project development with regards to this HEMS. At what stage are you? And then have you also worked out the probably life cycle cost around this thing?
Okay, so for the moment we develop prototype, we test with different partnership, with different partners in France and in Europe. So the prototype is validated, but there is different regulation standards about the communication between infrastructure and vehicles. And for the moment, the level crossing is not in the different use case. So we integrate group at ETSI group. It's a European group of standardization, and to add level costing for connected vehicle. And now we did the same thing for the autonomous vehicle. That means that for connected vehicle, we can send a kind of standard to display a message in the vehicle, but for autonomous vehicle, as it's a computer who is driving the vehicle, so you need more information than just the status of the level crossing. You need information of map, of data map, information to help him to know the entry, where is the entry of the level crossing and the exit, and to can cross the level crossing. So we did different kind of tests. It's validate, and now there is the most important phase is to integrate in an industrial way to deploy on the railway on the level crossing. So there is still a big work on the side of infrastructure, but also in the side of vehicles, because for the moment, level 3 is not auto-wise, except for experiments, but it's not auto-wise in France and in Europe to be on the road.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The presentation was informative, and one appreciate, I guess, also the guests, the level of details, the effort that has been taken to put into this presentation. We welcome it. I think we're seeing innovation dealing with quite a number of change associated with number of factors, be it technological factors, socio-economical factor as well. As you have highlighted, there are still other legal or rather regulatory things that still has to be taken through. We thank you so much. I have went through the discussion. I have not noted, or I see there's a question from Mr.
Abraham, sorry, if I may interject, I'm going to suggest that Ms. Virginie joins us at table number 4 on the virtual platform in order for perhaps other questions that might come in to go in there, only because I'm mindful that we are starting to eat into the breakaway session and networking session that is scheduled for now, if that's okay.
Thank you so much then. I would then hand over to Mr. Africa, but in closing, thanking all the speakers and also thanking the guests in terms of their participation. Mr. Africa, the floor is yours, but just before that, just a reminder to our guests that they should continue to rate our speakers. And equally, I think we got quite a very good presentation overall. Thank you so much.
Abraham, thank you. I couldn't agree more. I think it's been a scintillating and fascinating first 3 presentations of the morning. We continue after the break with the looking at innovation and how we can implement it and put it into the sector to obviously ensure a safer, cleaner, and efficient rail service in South Africa and in Southern Africa. As Abraham indicated there, please take this opportunity to rate the speakers from the first session. Remember, at the end of the day, that I will be awarding the best speaker as determined by you. Do go to the various lounges, meet people virtually, do go to the exhibitors and the platform available there to engage as much as possible. And if you can be back on this platform at 10 minutes to 10 o'clock, 10 minutes to 11 rather, that's in about 15 minutes time, so that we can continue with our program. I'll see you later.